So let's go over Bob's intro and verse parts for help on the way. To do that, you're going to want to play an F minor chord. Song's in the key of F minor. So make sure you know how to play that F minor on the first fret. And up here on the 8th and 10th fret. For those of you that don't know, that's A string, 8th fret, D and G string, 10th fret. So that's the third finger on the D string, pinky on the G, and then your middle finger is the 9th fret of the B. And perhaps most importantly for Bob's part of the song, right here on the 6th and 5th fret. So you have your middle finger on the 6th fret of the D string, first finger on 5th fret of the G, third finger on 6th fret of the B. So you're going to want to replace the B string with your pinky. Stretch it up to the 8th fret, and that's an F minor 9. So he starts it off with a down and up stroke, then he does it again. And he slides up from the E flat octave to the F octave. So you have your first finger on the 6th fret of the A string, your third finger, or I guess you could use your pinky, on the 8th fret of the G, and that D string is kind of being blocked, so you're just getting 2 E flat notes sliding up into 2 F notes. So that's slide, up, down. Then you have a couple dead strokes. So put those together. More recently, I've heard Bob do this. So that might be a little bit out of reach for some people, but if you can make the F minor 9 chord and then go back and slide it back in, that's something you can do. Also, I've heard this recently. So he kind of just slides up into that F octave, walks back down to the E flat. For the verse, we're going back and forth between F minor and C minor. What Bob usually does during this part is uses the F octave, then the C octave sometimes. So you have first finger, 8th fret of the D, pinky, 11th fret of the B, then we slide it up a whole step. So we're on the 10th fret and 13th fret. So that's a C octave. So you have a C note here, C note here. He also plays the C chord like this a lot in the song, and in general. So you just have the octave pretty much, but you put your third finger on the G string right in between. If you want to get technical, that's the 5 of C, so it's a C5. So making the C shape, you want to make sure you have your middle finger right there, a whole step behind it, because you're going to want to lift up your pinky to get that other voicing. So this goes from C, now what you could call a C7. So we have the dominant 7 right there in the B flat note. So you have the C, or, and then lift up the pinky. So then you should have 10th fret, 12th fret, and then with your middle finger, 11th fret. So after you hit it again, and then you move it back a whole step, same shape. You can also slide that, which is frequently done. Then you kind of lift that off and make it a regular F minor. So you put that together. So that first part of the verse ends with this. And we're going to be alternating between that and this. Pretty much just lifting off your pinky, making it a 7, F minor 7, putting it back. You could also lift all of it off. And for the other one, though, you want to make an F minor 6. If you want to, you could put your middle finger up on the root note. So you hit the F minor, lift your pinky off, then you're going to readjust so your first finger is going to hit the D note, the 7th fret of the G string. Your pinky is going to be on the C note, 10th fret of the D string, and your third finger is going to be on the 9th fret of the B string. So that note on the B string is the flat third of F, which makes it minor, and the D right here is the 6th note in the scale, so it's F minor 6. So we go into the verse. Do that the first time, then the second time, do the same stuff, but just also before either one of those variations, there's a little down, up, down. Or and all of this is just like a framework to kind of work within. You don't have to do everything exactly like that. It's never going to be the same. So sometimes you might just stay on the F minor octave, and sometimes you might slide into it. Same with C. You might want to slide into the C octave, or you might want to just skip it and then just do the, or you might want to start with the whole C5 chord, or start right here with it. You could also do the F minor 9. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Or change that up a little bit. Do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So for anyone that needs a little help with the right hand technique, how to approach this stuff, when you're starting the verse, that's you kind of hit the octave and then slide, and then an up and down. So after that, you're going to do a quick, and then on the upstroke, you're going to hit this E flat octave. When you go to the C, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. So the next part ultimately lands on a B flat 7. So Bob usually starts it off by making this F minor chord, where you have your pinky on the root note, so 8th fret of the A string, middle finger, 6th fret of the D, first finger, 5th fret of the G. So there's an F minor. You might do it single note sometimes. I think a lot of the times he's doing the chords, so either get the top two, like double stomps, or get all 3 strings. The second one, middle finger on the 6th fret of the A string, third finger, 6th fret of the D, and then that first finger stays put. Then we can either hit the B7, B flat 7, so that's 6, 7, 6 on the D, G, and B strings. Or you might hit the major third, 5th fret of the D string, or 5th fret of the A string, sorry, with the 6th fret of the D. Sometimes I think I've heard a whole half diminished chord right there. For the last little part, just lift that middle finger, then your pinky on the 8th fret of the low E string. Then we make an A flat major 7. That's down, up, down, 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 and then down, up, down, up, down. Sometimes he'll hit that last one right here, so pretty much making an E flat. Pinky on the 11th fret of the B string. Or